Okay, y'all had a survey monkey that a whole bunch of people haven't turned in, and I didn't want to believe my eyes. I thought they were lying, but apparently they weren't. Made me sad. Today's question is for Wednesday is the tuberculin should be syringe should be used for less than how much? Does anybody remember that?
Is it 1.0 ml?
The for the tuberculin,
Yes.
1 minute.
um, what was it?
One
One,
ml.
yes, 1 ml. Very good, excellent. Okay, and then what are the three most common injections that we're going to be given as an MA?
Intradermal, intramuscular, and subcutaneous.
Excellent, very good. That's it. And that's the Survey Monkey questions right there. Super, super easy. So I got two of y'all in here. Y'all can see my screen now, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Thank you. And then just
I'm
waiting.
putting it on. I just have to. I'm turning on my laptop.
Okay, no problem. We'll wait a few minutes. Um, lab, did everybody go yesterday?
Yes.
Yes.
Very good. And did you hear that there will not be lab tomorrow due to the storm?
Is it
No.
tomorrow during the day or all day tomorrow?
I would think it's council all day.
Let me see. Hold on. Now you got me second guessing myself. Hold on. um, what does it say here?
You say all classes are canceled. Makeup
Uh,
classes be held on
due,
Friday.
yeah, due to upcoming storm, the campus will be closing today at 2. All evening classes are canceled. Yeah, we will update students regards. Oh, no, it says apparently they'll give us an update for tomorrow morning. So I guess it's a standby for tomorrow. Stand by and see. I don't know. Go for it. Don't give me the lion. Okay. I'm gonna wait for everybody. So, like I said in the chat, there's the link, and all you have to do is click it, and then enter that PIN number, and then you'll automatically be able to put in your name, and we can start. Because I'm gonna use this sort of as a teaching thing. We're gonna go through it. We're gonna see what you've learned, and where you might need to go back, look things over. And somebody help me. There was something I told myself that I was going to post for y'all last lecture, and I forgot and I didn't post it. Does anybody remember what that was?
I
That's
believe it was like math for the
thank
pharmacology.
you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See, that's the problem with having the issue I have. I don't have the world's best short-term memory. Make myself notes and put them everywhere. Post. Oops. Okay, now I have something to help me memorize. As who else is? Okay, there we go. Samantha, yay! We got somebody else. Who else is joining us? Tamara, you going to be able to join with us? And real quick, while I'm looking, I'll tell you who I don't have surveys from. Um, Tamara, I don't have yours yet. And she's not on. Jalen, Miss Stevens. She's termed Michelle, Miss Hendry, and Miss Brando. So that's like I said, that's a bunch. But the good news is a few have posted since then. Y'all gotta have those Survey Monkeys in by 1 o'clock. The good news is, come at the end of November, or whenever your group starts SOAR, you won't have to do Survey Monkeys anymore. We lost somebody. What happened to you, Miss Ortega?
I'm there.
Oh, now you're there. She was gone, back. Is anybody else joining us, or can you want me to go ahead and start? Anybody else trying to get logged in? Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get started then, and you can always join in with us. Good Lord. All right, pharmacology. Y'all can see my screen, right?
Yes.
All right, here we go. It says the same high quality, strength, purity, and stability as a brand name drug. What is that term?
Bioequivalent.
Put it in there. Give it to me. Excellent. Very good. Yeah, that is bioequivalent. That means that it is going to be the same medication and that only one thing has to be changed with it. What did I say example of that would be? That they could change to make it just slightly different. Anybody remember?
Adding another element to the medication.
Like, give me an example. Like what? Sugar, food color, something that's not going to change. Yeah. Something that's not going to change the drug, but make it different from the brand name. Right. A name given by the maker of a product or range of products, especially a trademark. Who gets to name the drug? That's right. That the brand name, the person, the proprietor, or they also call it what? The proprietary, because that means they came up with it. It's their product. And how long do they hold that patent for? Does anybody remember?
Was it 20 years?
Yeah, it sure was. Very good. Medications which are able to kill more than one type of bacteria. What would those be considered? It's a tough one. Good. Who got broad spectrum? Excellent. That broad spectrum, good. That means that it covers a multitude of different bacteria. And a great example of a broad spectrum antibiotic would be penicillin. Penicillin can be used from everything from a sinus infection to gonorrhea. So it's all over the board. So it's definitely a broad spectrum. Samantha's on fire. Okay. Not recommended because of the potential harm. What is that term? Contraindicated. It means to go against. We would not give a medication that was a class X to a pregnant person, right? Because it would be a contraindication. What can anybody else give me an example of a contraindication? No?
Like when someone has an allergy to something, but
Yeah.
it's not like a super severe allergy.
It actually it'd be if it was a super severe, yeah, it would be contraindicated to give me sulfa because I am anaphylactically allergic to sulfur drugs. So yeah, it means contraindicated me. That would be another great example. If somebody is severely allergic to it, you would not give them that medication. If the medication was known to cause birth defects, you wouldn't give it to somebody who was pregnant, right? So it means to go against because of the harm. All right. A drug that has a potential for addiction and abuse. What schedule was that? This is Schedule 2, guys, Schedule 2. And why it's confusing is because it says schedule is also a controlled substance. So, I'm sorry, I got this wrong. This is let me put a note to correct that. Let me fix, question. Okay, if I don't give myself a reminder, I'm not going to remember. But yeah, whoever put controlled substance, this was correct. It would be, example would be what? What's a controlled substance? How about a steroid? Is a steroid, would that be a controlled substance? Or
Yes,
would,
like codeine.
um, depends on the strength of the codeine, but what's something we know for sure is controlled substance? How about Adderall? Adderall is a controlled substance. Norco, Vicodin, morphine, um, those are all going to be controlled substances, and they are not going to be able to be medications. They're going to be readily available to people, and they're also going to be guarded when we have them in our office. We're going to make sure we keep them under lock and key because of the risk for addiction and abuse. All right, so that's a controlled substance. A steroid, we group them usually for the most part into category 3, right? Intentionally using drugs in a way that is unhealthy or illegal. What is that term? Yeah, that's drug abuse. Because if you're using it in any way that it's not meant to be used, it's illegal. And it's going to cause addiction, it's going to cause possible psychological habituation to form. So that we lump all of that into drug abuse. And who enforces controlled substance and the legislation for it? Good, the DEA. The DEA stands for what? Drug Enforcement Agency. The FDA is the Food and Drug. Now, they have a part in all drugs, but the DEA, remember, they're like the top dogs that walk around and look for people selling their prescriptions of Adderall, or people who are illegally making like methamphetamine, or people who are doing any kind of illegal activities involving controlled substances, right? This says reduction in the effectiveness of a drug as a result of repeated drug use. So this means you've used the drug so many times. What ends up happening? You can build a
To
what?
tolerate it.
Yep, you build a drug tolerance. That's right. And then your body, and that's very common with antibiotics, right? If the only antibiotic that, say you're allergic, like myself, to sulfurs and penicillins and stuff like that, I have a very limited range of antibiotics that can be used for me, and I've built a tolerance to one of them, the Cipro, so it doesn't work anymore. A medication that can be made by many different companies. The generic trade that means that is still owned and patented, right? So nobody can make that except for the original maker, and they get to make that all by themselves for 20 years, remember? And then once everybody else can make it, then it goes by its generic name, and other companies can name it whatever, but everybody can start making it after that, after the 20 years. It's generic. This means peculiar to one person. It's highly individualized, and I mentioned this. It's like when you take a medication and you're the only person that really had that side effect. What would that be called? Yeah, that's idiosyncratic. That means like to self, right? So you're the only person that had that effect, so they would say that was an idiosyncratic reaction. Medications that are found on the shelves of local pharmacies or drugstores or grocery stores. Very good. And what does this stand for? OTC.
Over the counter.
Very good. A person who is professionally qualified to prepare and dispense medication, or it says medicinal drugs. Who can do that? Who can prepare them and dispense them? Yeah, only a pharmacist can prepare them. Now, a doctor can dispense them because many doctors have medications in their office that they give out and stuff like that. But only pharmacists can actually put a drug together. And there's certain special pharmacists called compound pharmacists, and they can actually create the medications. The study of drugs and their uses in the treatment of diseases. Thank you, baby. It's pharmacology, good. Sorry, I got medicine in my mouth. The act of taking many medications concurrently. What was that called? We see a lot of old people or people with major diseases. There's a term. I'm gonna move my microphone so you don't have to hear me. I'm so sorry. It's polypharmacy. Good. This partaker's on fire now. A medicine or a course of action used to prevent a disease. Both are correct. This was a trick one. So, has anybody ever heard a condom referred to as prophylactic?
No.
Well, back in the old days, condoms were called that because a drug that is prophylactic means it's preventing. So this was a trick one, and it was basically to get you to learn this word, prophylactic or prophylactically. But both of these can prevent. And there are medications that prevent as well, and vaccines. Any effects of a medication other than what the desired effect is, right?
You tricked us on the last one with the picture and everything. You threw us off, huh?
I do that sometimes. That's a side effect. Any medication other than the desired one would be a side effect. So we deal, and this is funny because, you know, when you hear the ads and the commercials, you hear all of these things at the end of the commercials, and they're just like, oh, and that was all of them telling you the side effects because they have to. We deal sometimes with insomnia or diarrhea, nightmares, anemia, vomiting with certain medications, even though those are bad side effects because the disease that the person has or the illness is worse. Does that make sense? So sometimes it's even, and sometimes the risk is death. But if you're facing, you know, my cousin right now has a stage 4 bone cancer, and her daughter and a tumor at the base of her spine or her brain, and some of the medications that she's taking, this is literally the side effect, death. But if she doesn't take them, she's definitely going to be dying. So it's one of them things. Sometimes the side effects are pretty bad, but yet we take them because the medication is needed to help. Directions to the patient on the RX, and that's kind of a, this is kind of a cheaty one because if you can read the screen, it's on there. Have y'all been looking over the prescriptions? Have y'all started doing that in lab?
I looked some up on Google and just been looking at the different types of them.
Very good. So let's take a look at this. This set right here, the sigma, this is the directions to the patient, remember? Subscription is the instructions to the pharmacist. Superscription is basically all that is the little the letters for the Greek symbols. And then the inscription, that's the actual medication that's being, this says phenobarbital and simethicone and magnesium, right? So these are the actual medications, right? These are the ones that are, everybody always gets confused. Inscription, signa, subscription, and superscription. So make sure you understand what these are, okay? Part of the prescription that contains the direction to the pharmacist. Nobody should miss this. Good, that's the subscription. Good. A drug made or put together by people is something artificial. So it's put together in a lab. Yeah, that'd be a synthetic, because organic means what? That it's natural and it's from the earth. Yep. Samantha's back on fire. No medical use. An example is heroin, crack, and meth. What schedule is that? Good, Schedule 1. Schedule 1 are the drugs. Remember, it's an easy way to remember it. If you get caught with a Schedule 1, you're going to jail. Okay? Schedule 1 are your no-nos. Y'all have to forgive me. I'm in so much pain today. It's not even funny. I guess the whatever storm we have coming is killing me. Drugs have a high potential for abuse and may lead to physical dependency. Now, we talked about this, so don't get confused. There's no refills ever on these medications. And it says right here, controlled substance. What is that? A Schedule what? Yes, Schedule 2. Because Schedule 1 is what? Illegal. If you get caught with them, you go into jail. Think about crack. Schedule 2, you can have them, but you better have a prescription with your name on them, right? And they're not allowed to be refilled. If you need a refill, you have to go to the doctor, all that kind of stuff. Abuse of the drug or substance may lead to moderate or low physical dependency. So you could get abused, but it's you could get addicted, but it's a very low chance. And I gave you a hint there. Steroids, because steroids are in what class? Class 3. So very good. Given through or affecting the mouth. This means that it's swallowed. What is that? I love squirrels. Yeah, that's an oral medication. Meds given outside the digestive tract. Now, we talked about this the other day. What did we call those? That makes me cringe just watching it. Ugh. Yeah, that would be parenteral, meaning outside of the GI tract, into the muscle or into the vein, something that's going to have a really quick, fast response. Meds given underneath the tongue. And I will own me a fox one day. Yes, sublingual, under the tongue. Is a sublingual medication. Why? Somebody tell me, why would we give a drug sublingual? Does anybody know?
Because it has to dissolve.
Either have like
What was the second thing?
if they have like something that they are not able to swallow.
Yes, both of them are correct. If we want, if somebody has trouble swallowing, or if we wanted to start acting really quick, fast, because of how vascular the area under the tongue is, so sublingual medications are a nice, quick way to get that in, especially for somebody who has trouble swallowing medications. Administration of drugs in a gaseous or vapor through or from the nose or mouth. What is that? And if anybody puts rectal, we're going to fight. Yeah, that's inhalation. And that would be like your neb treatments and stuff. Meds given through the vagina or anus. What do we call those? If you've ever had a baby that's had a high fever and was throwing up, you've had to do this. It's not fun. Yeah, a suppository, right? Or also women, a lot of times they have the vaginal suppositories for yeast infections. So suppository, anything given through the vagina or the anus. Samantha's on fire again. Last one, an unexpected and undesirable effect, right? They're not expecting it, and it is not wanted. What is that? Very good. Adverse reaction. That means that if you gave that medication, we did not expect it to happen, but it happened, and it caused a very bad effect. So, like if you give somebody for the first time, you give them a medication, and they, they turn blue and have trouble breathing, that would definitely be an adverse reaction. Let's see who our wiener is. Third place, JB. Okay. We didn't do as good. 14 out of 28. That's not bad. 21 out of 28. That's actually really good. Samantha. Okay. So my runners up, Tiffany. Tiff. Okay. My question is, how well do you think that helped you reinforce what we're learning?
I really liked it. I think it was very helpful.
Okay.
I agree.
That's good, because we're going to do another one.
The abbreviation?
I was going to do abbreviations, or I was going to do, I've got two I can choose from. I can show you right here. I have got, and you remember, you can go play these anytime. all of these I've made, and remember, you want to look for it to say MA Scalp, because I've actually gotten kind of famous in the Kahoot world, and people copy mine. So even though I've got a couple of mistakes here or there. Huh?
I didn't know you had other ones. I've just been doing the ones that you post on Teams.
Yeah, I've got all of these, and all you got to do is go look for me under Discover, type in capital M, capital A, and then lowercase my last name, SCALF, and you'll find all of mine. I got phlebotomy, and this is the one I was going to give you. I was going to either do commonly prescribed drugs, or I've got units of measurement, drug classifications. This is the one that we should probably do. And then let's see, I've got there's more. I've got a ton of them. Reproductive pharmacology abbreviations. Is that the one y'all wanted to do?
We could do classification.
We do okay, let's try that. All right, so the number will pop up here. You can still use that same link, the Kahoot it, and then type in, oh, that pin right there. One second. Okay. I used to, when on campus, we every in Houston, we only went Monday through Thursday, and so every Thursday right before we left, we'd always play Kahoot, and a lot of my students said that it made the difference for them when they went to go take their national registry test. And I'll tell you, I have got, if you look through my Kahoots, anytime you see something that says NRCMA, that is for your national registry. But that's what it was called back in Texas, was the NRCMA. So y'all's, I think, is NHA, but they're just still going to be the same type of questions. So it's excellent practice, and it's kind of a fun way. We've only got 2 people join.
I really like it. My kids think it's hilarious. They walk in, they're like, "Mom, you're playing Kahoot?"
Yeah.
They do it for this.
Yeah, they do, and I think it's a wonderful way to get people, especially little kids, interactive and involved in it. So we only have 2 people playing head to head. Who else do we have in here? We got a bunch of y'all. Tamara and Miss I want to say your name, make sure I say your name right. Miss LeBron, I need your Survey Monkey. Tiffany said she wasn't able to. And who is this? Brivila? I need your Survey Monkeys. Y'all jump in and play with us. I'm gonna give you just a few minutes.
Miss Carl from driving, so it's
well then no driving and Kahooting then. You can just listen in. Okay. Okay. I lost you again, Miss Ortega.
I'm here. It says you're in.
Did you change your screen over? Are you looking at something else?
No, I'm still on Kahoots.
See, because look, that, now you're back.
It just had connection issues.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Don't scare me.
I'm gonna go ahead and start, and we can go through these and kind of just do like I did last time. Go through them, give it additional information. Drug classifications. This is something y'all need, okay? Gotta have these down. Relieves pain without causing a loss of consciousness. What is that? Y'all should have these down by now. You should be pew, pew, pew. Good. Analgesic. Give me an example. Not fast enough. Tylenol. What is Tylenol also? An antipyretic. Yeah. Quick, fast, pew, pew. My students, y'all used to get mad at me. They're like, you didn't give us enough time. I said, get quicker. Produces a lack of feeling. This would be something that they would give you. Good, an anesthetic. Name one. This is tough.
Yeah, that is tough.
Have you ever had stitches? Have you ever gone to
No.
Have you ever gone to the dentist and had dental work?
Yes.
And what did they inject in your mouth? Do you remember?
I don't ask. I'm like, get it over with.
They injected Novocaine. So most of your canes, CAINE, they are going to produce this lidocaine, Novocaine. There's actually even a spray for the throat called Hurricane. It's kind of funny, but all of these reduce feeling, and lidocaine and Novocaine are great for injections. And lidocaine's usually what we'll use before we do sutures. And Novocaine's for like in the mouth.
Yes. En casa.
You're on.
I'm in class.
Oh.
Well, I guess we'll call you when we get out. Come outside.
Neutralizes acid.
Okay.
Gotta go. Bye.
Bye.
Good, an antacid. I just took 2 of those. That's what I was crunching on. Antacids, and I took 2 Tums. I had to take a medication I don't normally have to take unless I'm in really bad pain. And every time I do, it gives me real bad reflux. And Tums helps. Relieves anxiety. That's pretty easy. But be prepared. I'm going to ask you as soon as you're done with this, give me an example. Can anybody tell me an example of an anti-anxiety?
Valium.
Yeah, Valium would absolutely work. So would Xanax, right? Both of those would help reduce anxiety. This Ortega's on fire. Controls cardiac arrhythmias.
Mine's is still loading.
Oh no, I hate when that happens.
Got it. Never mind.
An antiarrhythmic. Now here's where I get really mean and tell you, name me one.
Norpace.
All right, good job, excellent, very good. So yeah, there's several types of antiarrhythmics that we have. Believe it or not, what if I told you one of the first drugs that I pushed as a paramedic was when people who were having cardiac dysrhythmias was lidocaine. What? Yeah, lidocaine was one of our go-to cardiac drugs, and the reason is because of the effect it had of relaxing and reducing and the effect that it had on the heart muscle itself. So yeah, there's multiple antiarrhythmics. So, but that's something that helps keep your heart in rhythm, right? Kills microorganisms or bacteria.
Loading process is stressing me out. Okay. Okay,
You
got
got
it.
it. You got it. Yeah. Antibiotic. Yes. Now, if I go in with chicken pox, would an antibiotic help me?
No.
No, because chicken pox is a virus. Very good.
And amoxicillin.
There you go, right? He's on typing. That Samantha's on fire. Here we go. Blocks parasympathetic nerve impulses. This is a tough one. And no, I am not going to make you give me an example. And they'd be anticholinergics, and they use they use these for multiple uh, different things. I've seen them used for hypertensive crisis. I've seen them used for when people go into cardiogenic shock and different things like that. So there's a wide variety that they can be used for, but they block that parasympathetic. And you got to go back and you're like, oh God, I remember that somewhere. Sympathetic, parasympathetic. I remember that. What prevents blood clots?
Anticoagulant.
All right. And I actually read the most fascinating article this morning about anticoagulants that prevent blood clots. And that's one of the biggest problems that they're facing right now with COVID is the people who what they've found is anyone who has a lot of medical health issues or who is healthy but has an autoimmune disease, whether it's diagnosed or undiagnosed, their body is producing extra neutrophils and it's actually causing them to produce blood clot. It's contributing to the blood clot issue. That's why so many COVID patients are suffering strokes and clotting problems.
I might lose connection because the lights were on in my house and my power to the Wi-Fi is gonna go too.
That's okay. I know that we got weather coming. It's okay. Stops seizures or prevents them? Good. Anticonvulsant. What's an example? Tegretol, Depakote. There's a ton of different anti-seizure drugs. Helps prevent depression and relieve its symptoms.
I logged on my phone, but I won't be able to play Kahoots.
Okay, no problem. Do I have to have you mute your phone though? Or yeah, okay. Oh no, you're fine as long as we just had you in a wind tunnel.
Yeah, I'm outside because I don't like being in the dark.
Oh, I don't blame you. Antidepressants. And if you want to go and watch it later, you can do that. That's fine. I don't blame.
To play the game.
Oh, okay. Can anybody name an antidepressant? What was that?
Was it Zoloft?
Yeah, Zoloft, Prozac, Paxil, Celexa, all of those fit into the antidepressants. Prevents or you'll have to mute because it's loud, honey. Prevents or relieves watery stools. That would be an anti-diarrhea. Can you name me a brand of anti-diarrheal? This is a tough one. How about Imodium? You've heard of that? You've heard of that medication, right? It's used a lot for when people get reoccurrent diarrhea. And I know I don't say that right, so don't make fun of me. Counteracts poisons. And a great example of this would be Narcan. That'd be an antidote. An antidote. And I remember I told you Narcan was naloxone, and it's what they give if somebody's had an opioid overdose. And I used Demi Lovato as the example. Somebody fortunately had that with them or was able to save her life when she OD'd on opioids. Relieves nausea and vomiting. Antiemetic, good. There's a lot of prescriptions, Zofran, Phenigrin, those kind of medications, and those are great. The only problem is when do you have so much nausea during pregnancy, and most of these you can't take, so you just gotta suffer through it.
I take a lot for like motion sickness.
Counteracts histamine. Relieves allergies, symptoms, and itching. Good. Antihistamine. Name one.
Benadryl.
Very good. Benadryl.
Claritin.
Reduces swelling. Good. An anti-inflammatory. Can you name an anti?
Ibuprofen.
Yep. Ibuprofen is an excellent anti-inflammatory. Samantha's on fire. Okay.
Well, Samantha, I'm coming for you. I just connected my hotspot.
Used to fight cancers. An anti-neoplastic. Very good. And I can't think of any off the top of my head. And I'm kind of nerdy with medications, and none of them pop in. Reduces fever. Good. An antipyretic. Name one.
Tylenol.
Excellent. Tylenol, ibuprofen, Tylenol, all of them. And they're one of the, especially like ibuprofen, it falls under a lot of classes, doesn't it? Anti-inflammatory, antipyretic, analgesic. So it has quite a few. Oh, she's catching up to you.
Oh, Cynthia's back in.
I told you I'm coming for you, Sam.
Prevents coughing or relieves symptoms of coughing. That'd be an antitussive. Name one.
Robitussin.
Very good. Excellent. Opens airways during an asthma attack. Bronchodilators. And what's a really common one?
Albuterol?
Yes, that's exactly correct. Prevents pregnancies. And don't tell me being single.
Being a lesbian.
Well, I don't know. I got two good friends of mine right now, and they're lesbian couple, but they planned their pregnancy. Contraceptives, exactly. Contraceptives would prevent a pregnancy. You want to hear something funny? My grandmother used to tell, she used to tell me her mother told all of her, because there was 13 girls, and she told them the way that you keep from getting pregnant is aspirin. and everybody would look at her like them like they were crazy. And I said, aspirin? Yes. She said, you just put an aspirin between your knees and you keep it there, and there's no way you're getting pregnant. Silly. You know, the things they used to say. All right. Reduces nasal stuffiness. Yeah, decongestant. And we got all kinds of, you know, there's Tylenol decongestant. There's even Advil has it, or yeah, exactly. Claritin's a type of decongestant, Sudafed. So there's all kinds of those. Stops bleeding. And I cannot name one of these. I have no clue. A hemostatic. That's the correct class. A sleep-inducing drug. A hypnotic. A hypnotic produces sleep. That's what, like, I feel like I'm under all the time. Hypnotic. And a good one is Ambien. Ambien produces sleep. Okay. Ignore my husband's phone. It's just the school district telling us about the hurricane. Loosens bowels. Laxatives. And Miralax, Docalax, all of those are common laxatives. Ask my cat, Dean. He'll tell you all about laxatives. He's been getting them for the last 2 weeks. Promoting calm or inducing sleep. Big. This is the difference right here. Very good. A sedative. So sedatives usually are used to help calm us. But one of the effects, we get so calm and so relaxed is we fall asleep. A medication that causes widening of the blood vessels. A vasodilator, right? A vasodilator would dilate or widen the blood vessels. Medications that are used to artificially maintain a patient's blood pressure when it's low. Very good. Vasopressor. Excellent. And I never can remember the name of the drug that I always want to reference, but it was my bane. It was my, there's a drip that you have to do for patients who, we used to do it a lot for, I worked for a service called Life Gift, and we also did Life Flight in Texas, and we would take bodies for donation who are being, flown across the United States or whatever, and we'd have to keep them alive, and we had to run. Why can't I think of this medication? I hated it, maybe because I hated it so much, but it was a vasopressor and it was a drip, and I had to constantly monitor it and calculate it because to maintain blood pressure, it was such a pain. It'll pop up to me later. It always does. Shows up in my nightmares. Reduces blood sugar. This is, I thought I was always kind of a little tricky. Yeah. And the reason is you're thinking, well, when your blood sugar is high, you're hyperglycemic, right? So, and you would think, yeah, that might fit, but it's no, it's something that reduces it would bring on about a hypoglycemic effect or lower the blood sugar. And who's our wiener? We didn't have a third place. Second place, Miss Ortega, yay!
I'm pretty sure Cynthia would have kicked my butt if she didn't lose connection.
And that's right.
Oh
That's
no,
right.
we're all winners.
You're all wieners. All right, guys. Well, that's it for me for today. If you haven't done your Survey Monkey, which several of you have not, and it's supposed to be in by when? 1 o'clock. I had forgot to do attendance yesterday, and when I messaged y'all, it was at 10:30 at night. And I got on there and I could not believe how many people hadn't done. I was like, look, one day I go and I don't stay on their butts and they don't do their Survey Monkey. I couldn't even believe it. That's why I gave y'all that face. I sent you the little face emoji. Oh, make sure you do your Survey Monkeys, and I will let you know when I know about labs, okay? But until then, y'all have a wonderful day. And remember, if you haven't gotten that project in, I'm taking it, okay? But after today, it is minus points, okay? But a few minus points is a heck of a lot better than a 0, okay? Y'all have a wonderful day. And yeah.
Send me the link to your Kahoot thing.
Oh, I sure will. Hold on 1 second. I'll go to it for you. I'm going to actually type it in for you. It's MASCALF. And then you just go to Kahoot, and then where we were here, see where it says discover, and you can just click here, and then you can just type me in here, MASCALF. And then there's all mine, but like I said, watch out, make sure it says MASCALF, because I've had a lot of people copy mine and it still tags me in on it. But see, like this one, this was mine, but somebody copied it. Okay. Y'all have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye. You as well.
Bye.